Hi, are you a doctor looking for alternative careers to medicine but still feeling stuck maybe after many weeks or months or even years of looking at job ads or possibly Googling alternative career lists for doctors and not getting anywhere? If so, I can completely relate to that because I've been there, done that, and in fact, it's the wrong way to be considering alternative careers and career change from medicine. In this video, I would like to teach you the exact 4 steps you will need to take to make sure that you save time, save the stress and frustration, and finally take the leap to that job or career of your dreams. I'm Dr. Evgenia Galinskaya, dermatology reg turned career coach for doctors and headhunter, and I help doctors find fulfilling jobs and careers without the stress and the sweat that I had when I quit medicine. Make sure you stick around because in the end of this video I'm going to share with you something very useful to get unstuck very quickly. So I get approached by doctors via my Facebook page and on LinkedIn and other platforms asking me what is the best way to kickstart their search process for alternative careers. Many of them have spent weeks and months and possibly even years searching for alternative careers for doctors lists on Google and not really getting anywhere because those jobs that are listed there don't quite speak to them. So if looking at job ads is the wrong way, what is the right way? I always suggest to think about this as your normal 4-step process for interacting with a patient. So typically you would first of all take a history, then you would examine your patient, you will come up with a differential diagnosis, and only then you will go on to create a management plan, not before the previous steps if you can help it. Of course there will be some exceptions to this rule, but generally that's the process all doctors will follow with a particular patient to make sure that they're managing their patient effectively. It's no different with careers and effective career management and effective career change. There are 4 steps that you need to follow in a particular sequence, and it firstly starts with self-discovery. So just like when you are taking a history from the patient, first of all, when you're thinking about career change, you need to start with self-discovery. What do I mean by that? First of all, you need to take some time to really understand your values, your interests, your talents, strengths, deal breakers, deal makers. By deal breakers, I mean your non-negotiables. For example, something that you absolutely must have in your next job or career, otherwise you just won't even think about it. So this is the self-discovery piece, and it will really pay off if you do this properly and if you really invest the time and effort in this process to begin with. The self-discovery piece will also help you to create a narrative, to create a compelling story, which will be very important at a later stage when you are starting to make applications and speaking with potential employers or recruiters. And you will need to have a good story why you left medicine and why you're changing a career. The second step when you're dealing with your patients is you would examine them. In terms of career development, the second step would be establishing clarity and direction. And how you can do this is to look at the results of your self-discovery and then start generating options in the context of what's important for you, what your values are, what the skills that you want to use, or the skills that you are good at and would like to improve perhaps, your interests, strengths, all these things that you covered in the self-discovery step will be very relevant here when you're generating options. Step number 3 when you're dealing with your patient is thinking about differential diagnoses, having taken the history and examined them. And in terms of career development, step number 3 is testing and validating. In fact, at the point when you're generating your differential diagnosis for the patient, you will also be thinking about tests, investigations to help your final diagnosis. So at this stage, what do I mean by testing and validating? It's a very important step, and you really will need to invest some time and effort in this. And the way to do this is to do lots of career conversations and informational interviewing. What you will be doing at this stage, I will be speaking to people who are already in the sort of jobs that you are interested in, and finding out in the context of what's important to you. So making sure that you know your deal breakers and deal makers. You will be finding out what their job, their role is like. But it's very important to be speaking with them in a very strategic way, knowing what's important for you, because if you ask somebody, oh, so what's this job like? They will probably tell you from their point of view, or from the point of view of what's important to them, and your values may be completely different. So you may not find the right answers if you ask in a very vague and generic way. So you will need to go into your career conversations and informational interviewing with a clear list of all these things that you would like to tick off by finding the right information to be able to make an informed decision. So the last step of your interaction with the patient is creating a management plan. And that's in the context of that history taking that you've done very thoroughly, the examination and any tests you may have run, and of course the differential list or the final diagnosis. You will be able to create a reasonable management plan. And the same with career management or planning a career change. At this stage, you will be well equipped to start applying for jobs, to start speaking with recruiters about specific opportunities, or even writing speculative applications to employers, explaining who you are, why you want to work with them, even if there are no jobs currently available. I will create a video about this, because it's a very important thing to remember that outside of medicine, in industry, about 80% of jobs are never advertised, and they get filled through internal networking, through their own employees recommending somebody, or by considering applications from people who have written to them as a speculative candidate. So having gone through this 4-step process, it's important to remember that it's a little bit like an audit. You will always need to go back, even if you've landed an amazing, exciting job. It's really important that from time to time to go back to step 1, thinking about yourself, whether you're happy or could be happier, what's working, what's not working, and really going through this cycle from time to time. I would say every couple of years anyway, even if you're in a career of your dreams. Remember to check out my Facebook page, Non-Clinical Careers for Doctors, where I regularly blog with a focus on the practical elements of career change. Also, I would be really interested in your experiences with looking for alternative career options so far. Which stage are you at, do you think? Are you at self-discovery stage, or are you very much at the stage of looking for job postings and applying? Please comment below. And as you will remember, I mentioned that in the very end of this video I will be sharing something with you that will help you to get unstuck if you're still at that first stage, not moving very far, just looking at alternative career options for doctors' lists or job postings, and not really sure how to really take the next step. There are, of course, many tools for self-discovery, but I have created a really comprehensive tool called PRET, and I will tell you more about it within the document that I have put together, which you can download from my Facebook page, Non-Clinical Careers for Doctors, from the sign up button, and then you will feel that you are actually making a real first step to get unstuck. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe by pressing the subscribe button and hitting the bell icon below, so that you don't miss any videos in the future that will help you with your alternative career and planning that next step, or all those steps that you will need to take to land your dream job or dream career. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, bye bye!